Well, folks, the GOP's no good, very bad week just had a nuclear bomb blow off in the middle of it. You remember a couple weeks ago we had a hearing. Old little Jimmy Jordan held a hearing about the weaponization of government, and they've been trying to cut into the FBI. So they got a couple special agents to come down and testify as whistleblowers. Turns out they're former special agents. One of them is suspended, the other one's out. Guy by Special Agent Friend, or former Special Agent Friend, and then Special Agent Garrett Boyle. They came down to testify, and oh Lord, the Republicans told us that was going to be the end of it. They were going to prove that the FBI was stacked against them. You know, they're trying desperately to cut into the government for their followers because, you know, you got Trump to be indicted on federal charges. You got several members of the Republican Party, including Jimmy Jordan himself, that's facing legal liability for their actions on January 6th. So they have been going after the FBI as hard as they possibly can. Well, they brought these two yahoos up to testify, and then they had to admit under oath that they were paid by Kash Patel. You remember all this happening.
Mr. Boyle, do you know who Kash Patel is?
I do.
Have you received any money from Kash Patel or his organization?
I have.
Believe me, it gets worse. Stay with me. Kash Patel was Trump's boy. He started out as a staffer for Devin Nunes, the disgraced congressman, Devin Nunes. And then, you know, because he was such a Trump loyalist, Trump put him into the National Security Council. He served as the deputy chief of staff to the Secretary of Defense. I mean, they gave this guy jobs that it was ridiculous for him to have, given who he was and what his resume was. He's still a hyper-partisan. He's still a Trump lover. These special agents had to admit under oath that he paid them. He paid them to testify. And old Jimmy Jordan, little Jimmy Jordan, defended it. He's like, well, how are these people supposed to feed themselves? How are these supposed to... Well, maybe don't lose your primo sweet job at the FBI. That might be a good way to feed yourself, might be a good way to feed your family, but they did. And boy, did the bombshell go off today. Turns out old Garrett Boyle lied under oath during his testimony. And the Democrats have just nailed him to the wall. Congressman Nadler sent a letter over to Merrick Garland referring him to the DOJ saying, hey, you got to deal with this. He just lied under oath to our committee. Because it turns out they asked him, have you ever leaked information before that wasn't privy to the public? And Garrett Boyle says, no, I've never done that. I was suspended for it, but I never did it. I didn't do that. Turns out, oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He didn't just suspend investigative material, you know, files for various different investigations that had been closed. He shared with Project Veritas, which is James O'Keefe's right-wing shill organization. They're the people that used, you know, they try to do the gotcha stuff in the parking lots, and you know, I mean, they've been busted for heavily editing videos, and it's just really just a joke of an organization at this point. It's just laughable every time they do something, how badly it falls apart. You may remember that they damn near caught charges over trying to sell President Biden's daughter's stolen diary. Yeah, they ended up having to run that back down to Texas and return it to the police so they didn't catch charges. But they're caught up in the middle of this because Garrett O'Boyle, Special Agent Garrett O'Boyle, was suspended last September And he sold this sob story on Fox that he had taken a new job in this special primo unit, and he moved his family over to, just outside Quantico, Virginia, and bought a house. And the first day he showed up, because of retaliation, he was suspended without pay. And now his family's homeless. And it's all the Bidens. No. He gave information on active investigations to Project Veritas. And Project Veritas published it. And the FBI, rightfully so, freaked the hell out. They were like, how is this information that we've got under lock and seal getting out while we're still doing this investigation? And they tracked it back to old Garrett O'Boyle. And he testified before little Jimmy Jordan's BS hearing on the weaponization of government, that the FBI, that he had never shared any information at all that wasn't available to the public, that it was all bogus, that the FBI, he called them a 10-headed snake, said they were all corrupt. Yeah, we see who's corrupt. Yet again, you've got the Republicans with a whistleblower that's not just suspicious, not just not trustworthy, but actually criminal. You're known for the company you keep. And these are the people that run in Republican circles. All that nonsense that your pawpaw hears, that you know is complete BS. All that nonsense that your crazy uncle keeps regurgitating at the Thanksgiving table is coming from these criminals. It's coming from these criminals. And the Republicans don't care, because that's who they are. That's all it is for them. They just, anything that they can throw out there, they just keep throwing it out, so they'll, see if it'll stick to the wall, see what'll work for them. It doesn't matter that they've got people being paid to testify. It doesn't matter that they've got people lying under oath. That's who these people are. And they don't tell you. They lie to you. They don't tell you so you can make up your own mind about what's valid or not valid, or, what someone's credibility is. No, they lie to you. Folks, this has to end. This has to end. We've got an election coming up in 2024. We've got to make it count. We need to vote every last Republican out of office. Every last Republican, we've got to vote them out of office. I know what you're saying. Well, Paul, that'll just leave the Democrats with it. No, it'll make space for a real opposition party to sprout up. And that's what we need. We need a two-party system where both parties are functioning. That's what we need. Help us out. Help us out, folks. Hit that subscribe button. It gets this message out. You're going to get a lot of people like your crazy ass uncle that doesn't know. He doesn't know. All he does is listen to these criminals. Help us out. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Share this. Hit the share button. Send it out on your Twitter account. Get information out there, good information that people can use. Love you, folks. This is old Texas Paul out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Hey, Meidas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.